Hello. Oh, yes, sorry. Mike. But yes, hello everybody. This is Sangeet. They, them pronouns. I will be the DM for this game. And for this game, we are playing a DND reality TV version of DND. And yes, the episode is called The Ripples. This is the second episode. And yes, let me just introduce you to the cast. We have Hector.
Hello, my name is Hector, aka Okami, Keiichi Okami, all over the internet, and I play the fabulous Lysander Oak, Eladrin Archfey, Warlock. Pronouns he, they, and my pronouns are also he, they. And I will pass it off to my friend Aziz.
Oh, that's me. Hi, I'm Assis. My pronouns are she, her, and I am playing the wild magic sorcerer elf Firana Moontan, who is good at what she does and bad at not accidentally exploding things or turning them the color blue. Jilly.
Hello, it is I who am extremely awake. My name is Julie. My pronouns are she, her. I play Parsley, the Kobold Star Druid, or Circle of Stars Druid, who is doing her best. Her pronouns are she, they. Um, she didn't really want to be here. Her tribe said her family really sent her as like a representative for the larger tribe that they are a part of as a Circle of Stars representative. And she's doing it, she's doing the thing. It's all very confusing. Reality TV is confusing. She's confused. That's it. That's it. That's the end. Ezzy, save me.
Yes, I shall. My name is Ezekiel slash Ezzy, pronouns he, they. I'm playing Daxton Beaumont, Air Genasi Paladin, he, him. And I'm here. And that's great.
All right. Right. I think that's it. Also, Steve. Steve is here. I think
Steve is a ghost that
Steve is a
is
ghost.
here.
Our
Steve
amazing
here?
producer.
I'm not sure if Steve can, if the stream can see hear Steve, or if
Oh,
he can.
am I supposed to
Either
say
way,
hi? Hello, I'm Steve. I'm producing, but I'm usually invisible. Almost always Actually, you invisible. get to
uh,
decide.
yes,
Yes, yeah, I'm here.
Yes.
this is reality TV. We break the fourth wall all the time. We'll be fine.
Fourth
All
wall is
right.
the wall to Steve's house.
We are all in Steve's walls. But yes, let us begin. In the last episode, let me just do a short recap. If I remember correctly, we just met the heroes. The heroes are finishing up their last arc. We followed the heroes through their dinner table conversation about what to do next, and eventually, what was decided was bandits. There are reports of bandits in a coastal town of called the Crown's End, and we will be picking it up right there. But before that, we had the heroes go on a little kind of break before we headed right back to the adventure. So, heroes, we'll begin as you are well rested. You had your relieving time, relaxation time. You've had your days in the spa, and now you're back on. And you can feel that nervousness creep up again as the carts, the also the massive entourage of every single like crew member, the cameras, well, the magical equipment, and as the whole tribe of Dare to Dream heads over to the town of Crown's End. We start on the road as the town begins to approach. It's about 9 a.m. and the town is starting to wake up as well. You can see um, in front of you stretching. Now it's called the Crown's End, and you know that that's because it's literally the end of this continent. It's one of the coastal towns that sees a lot of trade with the other continents as well, and apparently it's not been doing so good, and that's why you're here. And as you see the town approaching, you can see that it's mostly in this like white color, like this slightly old stone white, and it's built kind of irregularly. You can see like there are large building, large spires at one end, and then it just kind of slowly loses verticality as it ends into the sea. And you can see this even from the way you are coming. You can see this on the sea, this kind of like almost like a shipyard docking kind of structure. These like massive structures where large ships are present, and some of them are docked. A couple of them are just moving out as well, and yeah, and you see as you approach the town, the doors are open, and there are these like very formal kind of like old city doors that are there, and you can just see a small crowd is there, uh, kind of have been pushed to the side to let the entourage through. But you can see this like small pockets of your fans that have heard of your approach, a couple of reporters as well, that are just there, and they wave you through into the town. As you have this little moment to interact with the fans as you pass by them. All right. And yeah, you can see many adoring fans, especially now that you've entered this more town kind of a structure where definitely your show has more popularity just because of the technological advancement. So yeah, and you are taken inside, and you see this uh, about like four horses, brown colored, and you can see the small entourage join you near the head of where you are, and you see beyond those horses there is a much larger horse on which um this really old man is sitting. And you can see the old man has this he's about 4.5 feet human, even though it doesn't seem like it. 4.5 feet human. He has like these old like white hair, and you can see part of his face has just been plated with using gold plate, and one of his eyes is this small sort of like a mechanical eye. As he joins you near the top, and you see it is you four. There is the assistant there, Marsha, and with you is the show's producer is there, but he seems to be quietly just scribbling away. Sorry, the director. The producer is me. But yeah, the director is scribbling away in the corner and just gives a short hello. Oh, yes. Cast. Everybody meet Noble Silver. Noble Silverheart right there. They will be the ones. They're the ones that extended the graceful invitation to our little troop. Um, and Silverheart just extends a hand like over into the carriage through like the window that is there, and shakes your hands one by one as he goes. Yes, yes. The town is the town was really looking forward to your assistance. Uh, the recent uh, the recent troubles have uh, the recent troubles have been, well, quite troubling, quite troublesome. But we are glad that you're here. Uh, Hello,
It is
and
it is such a pleasure to meet you, and we're happy to be here to help.
yes, absolutely. I mean, I've seen you all. I've seen the kind of work you do. Like the way you solve the way you solve the murder there near the hilltop manor.
Hmm.
Yeah, I ran out of creativity right there at the end. But yes, uh, I followed along your episode since the first half of the, I believe, when the series started, and it's a pleasure to host you all here.
I
So
mean,
I'll
none
be.
of us were there when at that point, right?
Yes, but the show, I mean, it really shows to like what the talent you have. And you can see him like his mechanical eye just shoot to the right real quick. As you see, like there is this like small squire that's walking alongside him on the horse, and there's just the little of you will be hearing from me later. But as it turns back, yes, well, we just really look forward to the help. Um, I'll I'll see you guys over at the sheriff's office. Please acquaint yourself with the city. It's a beautiful city.
Are you the sheriff?
Oh no, I'm the mayor. I'm Mayor Silverheart.
Ah,
Hello.
yeah.
Yes.
Um,
Uh,
Parsley puts out a claw, and says, "It's nice to meet." Achoo! Sorry, I just whenever we get close to cities, I just get my allergies act up a little bit.
Oh, darling. And then I go in and I pull out a kerchief and I, I hand it over to
Thank you.
you're welcome. I'm so sorry. I know I pushed so hard for us to do the city adventure.
It's
I'm
okay.
gonna give you a spa day after this adventure. It'll be
I would
great.
love that. And you see, like, whatever kobold snot looks like, I have to imagine it's not appetizing.
No.
And
What
I
snot
use
do you know of that looks appetizing?
That was
well, sometimes fantasy snot is like weird and
Ah.
magical. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
like it's like
but-
purple and there's like glitter in it, and you're like,
but
that
Yeah.
this
doesn't
is
look like
not. And
snot.
so I think she just kind of like uses the kerchief and then it's in her claw as she holds it out to be shook. And she's like, "Oh, sorry." And she kind of like puts out the claw again. And yeah. And it's just like, "It's nice to meet you."
it's nice. It's nice to meet you too. And just like slowly touches like one tip of your claw. Uh, yes. Um, Parsley, right? Yes. It is very nice to meet you, and the troop, Lysander, uh, Firana, and
uh-huh. You're
Oh,
trying. I appreciate that.
This is Daxton, and then Lysander
Daxton.
puts like,
You're new to the show. Sorry, Daxton. Yes, I really love the last episode where you took the kill. That was very nice.
Thank you. Thank you. I
so
appreciate
very
that.
dashing.
Yes.
Thank you, Lysander.
So yes, sheriff's office. I'll see you guys there. I just have a couple of errands to run. You know those responsibilities, and it's good to start moving away from
Sure.
the caravan.
Of course.
Moment
And
he's out of hearing range, I'm like, suspicious, man.
He wants to be on the screen. He definitely
Eh,
wants to be on the screen.
I don't
Oh,
know.
he's
Just
feeling
very
it.
suspicious.
I mean, he just wants to be liked. It's a
Hmm.
common enough thing. Achoo!
That's you.
Are we sure we shouldn't get you something for the allergies?
It's fine. It's just, humans when they're all together in one place, they're very unhygienic, and I think I'm allergic to something in their dander. But
course.
it's fine.
Oh my
Could
god.
be. I wouldn't know.
No one. Let's take a tour around the city.
Yes.
And I think we're just gonna sort of like initiate a little bit of a montage as like we make our way around the town, and then eventually end up at occasionally like asking questions about where the bandits are, if they've heard anything, like on our way to the sheriff's office.
absolutely, you see much of the town. I would say as you go around the city as well, you can see much of the town is kind of in this state of hurriedness, almost like people are definitely they have this kind of like mixture of first of all seeing celebrities in person, just coming up to you randomly, and also just this sense of we should be careful what we are saying on the street. You can definitely see around as you go as well. You can see there is a good amount of patrol going on. You can see the guards that are dressed in this kind of like this navy blue uniform, um, and they're no long. I don't think you would get that that they're not trying to like blend in. They definitely like stick out like a sore thumb, and you can see people start like hush down as well as the guards just pass them by. But yes, under these circumstances, you do you go through with the montage, and I mean, is there anything specific that you're trying to get from the town?
I'm just trying to see, you know what, like, it's like a combination of like trying to help these people and also put on a good performance, which is just trying to find out, seeing if any of the locals, like on our way to the sheriff's office, have any information that could be helpful in finding like where the bandits' hideout is, or what their patterns are, what they're looking for.
All right. Roll me a persuasion check.
Okay.
I mean, that is what your brand is.
24.
Oh my lord! All right. With the
Hmm.
24, you can definitely see that the town is definitely more charitable to the amount of information that they're providing to you, and in general, you can just hear this sort of like a common theme of, "Oh, we saw this coming. This wasn't a surprise. This is just a culmination of something that is happening," and you can feel this sort of like unrest. And as you make your way through the city, you can also feel this kind of like divide of the city. Like there is definitely this sense of, oh, there, this event is going to bring the city down. The sales are down. People might not come here. Maybe this is a major trading port. You can hear that's also like uncertainty of, oh, how is this going to affect our economy? And then you can also, I would say, definitely among the more younger, like the more youthful part of the city, where you can see like people are out more carefree. People are like, you can see deckhands that are kind of just winding down from the nights of partying, drinking, and you can definitely sense this also sort of almost admiration for what is happening. There's this sort of like they had this coming. The city officials will hear us now, kind of situation going on as well. As you, yeah, eventually make your way to the sheriff's office. Um, Anything else anybody would like to do before we get to the sheriff's office? All
No.
right. So you make your way through the city, and finally, I would say the caravan also, most of the caravan kind of halts down, and with you, just the bare bones crew kind of goes with you as they begin to start rolling as you enter this. You see, it's part of like the old stone buildings as well. There is this sort of like this makeshift quality to this, like not exactly makeshift, I would say it has been renovated into a sheriff's building. Like it used to be definitely like a residential place that has been turned into this office. And as you enter, you can definitely sort of see this like bustle that is there. You can see that people are also just like clocking in. You can see like some people from the night shift, some guards from the night shift that are coming back, kind of hanging their guns, like giving them back. Also, there are these like not proper, they're not like machine guns. They have those like single lock rifles.
Night
Um,
shift. How early is it?
this is about 9 a.m., 10 a.m. So you can see this is definitely sort of uh, like a rotational shift kind of thing, as they are exchanging shifts as you guys head in. And you see like you are given a slightly wide berth, and you can definitely see some like eyes kind of like linger upon you, especially the kobold, as you kind of make your way inside. And the bluebirds are following you, and you know that you are now under definitely on, technically on air. I mean, this will be cut, but yes. And yes, you are immediately greeted by this red-haired woman. Um, hello. Very nice to meet you all. You must be the Dare to Dream crew. Um, yes, you will be consulting, I hear.
Uh,
Mhm.
yes, we're here to help as much as we possibly can with this bandit issue.
Yes, absolutely. I am Sarah Longhorn. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure to hear that we will be getting some help on this. Honestly, the city hasn't really seen something like this before. So uh, yes, absolutely. Love that you're here to help. The captain will be in a bit. He had He was on his way to meet with the mayor, and they will be traveling together, so they will be coming in anytime now. But yes, make yourself at home. I'll just give you a short brief, and then we can begin with the mayor, right? So she takes you down to, and you can, as you enter this building, you can see like people are going around. There are files going around. You can see there's just this like kind of like a younger gnome boy that's just going around passing beverages and comes to you and asks for like, is there anything you would like to drink in the morning? I'll just be making a run down there.
Oh, I would love a cafe latte with like 2 sugars, please.
Absolutely. Anything for you? Anything? Anybody else?
I'll have a black coffee, 2 sugars.
All right. Um, okay. And he comes up to the kobold. Anything for you? Uh, and he sees like the snot going down. Would you like a tea? We do have some good tea houses. They're a little far, but I'll take a horse. Huh?
I'll take some tea. Um, is it locally sourced?
I'm not sure, but I'm sure we could find something closer to that. There's a herbal shop. They usually source
No,
something
no,
from
no.
like
I
up
don't
north.
want locally sourced because I'm probably allergic to it. So if you could find tea from as far away as possible, that would be helpful to me.
All right, I will try my best. And he goes to Firana. Anything for you, my lady? All right.
Oh, she's
It's
out of
not
it today.
feeling.
She's
Yeah.
not feeling well. If you could just
Uh,
bring her like a basic hot tea to kind of
of
and
course,
some honey for the throat.
of course.
Um
All right, I'll be on my way. And he begins to head off, and you guys.
wait, hold on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hold on just a second. You didn't get Daxton's order.
Oh,
I did.
he did.
Black coffee with two
Oh,
sugars.
you did. Oh,
Yeah.
I must have not been paying attention. Happens sometimes.
Alright. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And you see, Sarah takes you into the kind of this conference room, and you can hear that it's a little too close to the holding cells. So there's definitely like a couple of rude comments coming from like this. Just a bunch of different people. You can see a couple of like these well dressed lads that are just there and that are just very confusedly, partially in a daze, just sitting in the corner, almost out of it. And then you can always hear that sort of like the rowdy bunch of sailors just screaming at the officers, "Let us go! We didn't do anything. He just took a piss. It's fine." And that's happening as you guys are led inside and sat in the conference room. And Sarah comes. Sorry for that. I hope you'll be cutting that out. We don't want any bad PR for the city. And yes, here we are. So a little brief. I've not prepared anything, but basically what happened. It's been happening for a while. But about 2 months ago, things started blowing up. There was more robberies, much more near the noble end of the city. Um, one of the bank was attempted on. The security survived, but yes. And then the reason that we called you, uh, the shipyard, uh, whatever this gang of robbers is, they've started fucking with that, and we can't have that. So about a week ago, one of the ships that was docked before it could be unloaded, it got assaulted. Um, there was a few guards, private deckhands that were still on. They were all quite injured, and whatever was on the ship was stolen. And after that, we've had a couple of attempts, and the dock workers are in a fucking rage about it. I mean, nobody wants to work in those areas. We are having problems with the soldiers. They've there's been a little bit of like uprisings with the unions there. And then 2 days ago, which is why I also doubled down on the request to have you guys here, a ship was blown up. A massive explosion happened in one of the largest ships here. The Titan Group owns it, and yes, the smoke didn't clear out for the whole day, and well, yes,
So I'm not an expert on ships, but they're not supposed to do that, right?
They're not
No.
supposed to do that.
They're
No.
not supposed to do that. That's not a thing. They're not supposed to just blow up.
Do we know what caused it? Was it an accident? Was it on purpose? Was it
I would
did
assume
someone
it was
say-
on purpose, considering they are bandits.
Well, here's the thing though. Sometimes things blow up by like for no reason. We have
Yeah. Did they
I'm
did
sure
they
they
claim credit
do.
for the explosion?
I mean
did
that's
anyone
the
say we did this because of reasons?
that's the interesting thing about it. I mean, the first ship, we genuinely did think that it was an accident. The engine room was the thing that blew up, and we didn't. We just thought the sea claimed the bounty for a bit. But I mean, this is the third ship to have blown up, and
Oh, it's been 3 ships.
yeah, the first one was smaller. The one that was assaulted, it was just a distraction, I believe. But the last ship, that's missing a chunk, vaporized.
Oh.
And it's always the engine room, and there's always something missing. And the last one, there was a message. So there have been no claims yet, but well, I'll just 1 second. And she fishes through one of the documents, one of the folders, and she pulls out this little kind of like an artistic impression of what the ship looks like. And you can see this like picture of the wall of the ship, and it just said in bright red, "Remember." And under "Remember" there were just a few names written, and you can see most of the names have not been recorded properly, but you can make out like a couple of letters, and you can see that and this is what we found. So whatever this is, well,
Uh.
It seems like those names are fairly important to understanding who did this and why.
Hmm.
yes.
I mean, I guess we know probably who, but it could have been if they have a particular grievance against, well, the owners of the ship or the city at large.
Could I like look at this and use a minor illusion cantrip to like create a copy of it and try and like clean up the illusion so that I can read it better?
That's an interesting try.
Like I see it in front of me, right? And I
Yeah.
want to create a copy of it and try and clear it up, like enhance. If I
Yes,
have to roll, I understand because
yes,
usually
yes.
most people don't use
Well,
it.
that's what I'm thinking. I think just roll your spell ability modifier.
Okay, cool. I will do
Yes.
that.
So I think that will be charisma for you.
I
Yeah.
believe in you. It does nothing for you, but I
We
believe in you.
in you.
Thank you. I appreciate y'all. All right, let's see here. That's +7 to the
There's
roll.
something I
I don't think I can help in any way.
Just making sure there's no guidance.
Oh,
or
I
anything anyone
do.
can
I
give me.
have guidance.
Oh, thank you.
I can actually be of assistance.
Yes.
Who knew?
Guidance gives me advantage, right?
It does not. It
No,
gives you a
it gives
plus
you a D4.
1d4.
No worries. I will roll a D4 as well. Here we go. Thank you for the D4. So 15 plus 7 is 22.
22. I would say that you're definitely able. So there are 6 names there, and you
names,
can see
cool.
that each of them has been smudged, and as you enhance the picture, you can definitely see this, uh, that whenever it was smudged, the first of all, the ink was dry when it was smudged, and
Okay.
secondly, you can see that it was smudged like, I would say you can make out a couple of letters from a few of the names, and
Yeah.
I'll read them out. But first, let me send it on the Discord group as well.
No, no worries.
One. No, that doesn't work because it's Discord. Wait, 1 second.
Looking at the Discord.
Uh, how do I do gaps? 1 second. Should have prepped this. Give me a second. Ta-ta. Actually, can somebody just write it down? All right. So you are able to make four names out in general, like
Gotcha.
the spelling. First one, you would get B R space Z space. Second one will be space MAR,
Okay, space
and
space
your
MAR.
yes. Third one is just space L,
Okay.
and the fourth name that you are able to somewhat make out is space
Okay.
SHBL space.
Wait, SH what?
Wait 1 second.
SHBL, I think.
SHBL space.
BL space.
Yeah. So you're able to kind of like make them out, and you can see that it's been done using like definitely some sort of like blood. So could be it's like you can see that like that dried crimson kind of texture to this. And yes, that is what we found. And no group has claimed any kind of responsibility for it, but I mean, some group ought to real soon because the city is a little annoyed, I would say. Uh, the nobles don't like this, and the companies might just stop docking ships here, and that's not going to be good. So yeah, that's what's been happening. Welcome aboard, guys.
Thank you so much for all of the information. And then at that point, I think Lysander's been like had like a pen and like a notepad and had just been like taking notes.
Mhm.
They shut it. Uh, Thank you so much for the information. We're going to book some lodgings.
Mhm.
Uh, when as soon as and we were talking, we were still talking to what's her name, right? To
Sasha.
Sarah,
No, Sarah.
to
Sorry.
Sa-
Yes.
Sarah, to
Yeah,
Sarah
yeah,
Longhall. That
that's
was
my
Sarah
fault. Yes.
Longhall, right?
Sarah Longhorn.
I was like,
Mhm.
thank you so much for the information. Uh, I guess we just have to wait for the mayor and the sheriff.
Yes, they should be here soon. And she sends like one of the guards to like look out for them, and uh, you see he comes back. They got stuck in a meeting. They will be here soon. Is there anything I can do for you guys until then?
I think
Um,
Parsley is just muttering to herself and just going breeze, bronze, bruh, bruh. Because unfortunately you've activated my and Parsley's puzzle gene. And
Mm.
so now this is Parsley walking around with a piece of paper going,
Oh, um, yes. Where's your restroom? I want to powder my nose before seeing the mayor.
oh, sure. That would be down the hall to the right. You're going to pass by the holding cells. Ignore them.
Of
Uh,
course, I will.
yeah.
Excellent.
All right.
And my character's going to get up and use the restroom. I'm also going to use the restroom really quickly. So I want to cede the spotlight to Daxton and our kobold friend, while Lysander heads out very quickly to use the restroom and get himself all fixed up before the mayor comes.
Fair enough. Daxton sort of has kicked back at this point. He's sitting, he's kicked back. He's got the one copy of file they've given us, and he's just, you know, casually looking through it. Just like,
Mhm. Well, there is anything more I can do, let me know. I mean, the guards will be all around the city. We are trying to keep a tight watch, but I don't know how long we'll be able to do that. The
hmm.
guards are getting a little restless as well. Uh, but yes, if you'd like me to show you around the dock, we have.
Understandable, understandable.
Yes.
Does the
Do
name
you have any
Breeze?
suspicions?
Do I have any suspicions? I mean, it could be anybody really. I'm assuming it's from the northward side. Um, that's where you get all the usual crooks from. Anyways, um,
Does the name Bronze or Breeze or Braze mean anything to you?
hmm, I'll have to look through files. Nothing screams out. So not I've only recently joined. I'm 5 6 years. So maybe if it's an older case, which to be fair, the remember screams. So, but I'll look through it. Breeze and bronze. Right.
I
No,
mean, it could
no.
be something
If you could
just
give us a second.
All
If
right.
you could give us a second. And I turned to Parsley and I'm like, maybe we just look up the initials instead of trying to fill it out. Just give them.
well.
It could
I
be a
just
lot of
figure it
cases
can't
for them.
hurt to have someone looking up for other things. I mean, this
Yeah,
is a
but
really good clue.
That is
this is
very
a
nice.
great
Of
clue.
course.
But you filled it in, and the clue's not exactly filled in.
Well, I'm just coming up with possibilities. If there is something dramatic that happened 10 years ago with someone whose name is Breeze or Bronze or, I don't know, Rose.
Yeah, of course, that is completely plausible. How about we do one thing? We get um uh, names that are prominent that start with those letters, and then go
Okay.
through them.
Well, they don't have to be prominent, though, because they're saying remember them. So if they can't be prominent because they feel like they're not being remembered,
So unprominent cases,
unprominent.
failed robberies,
People
perhaps
who people who wanted help and didn't get it.
revenge.
Going to be a lot of people in the
Revenge.
city. Um,
Well, yeah, this is why I
I'll
hate
try my
cities. There's
best
just so
to.
many people crammed in all in one place.
Yeah. Oh,
Are you all
we
right?
if we could speed run on that tea, that would be great.
Yes, they should be in here shortly. And I would say this is the time when you see the little window on the door darken as well as the door opens, and you see the mayor walk in, like kind of like shuffle in with your teas in hand, with your teas and coffees in hand, the mayor itself, and you see behind him this you see a warforged like this silver plated man. He's wearing these like very kind of like these loose shirt, little hat on his head, and wearing like very like this grayish pants, great fonts. I just walks in. Well, hello. I I believe we've gotten the meeting started, so that's very nice. I'm Captain Alric Thorn. I'll be. I will be. Well, you guys will be consulting with me. Um,
Yeah, yeah. I was waiting for you to finish that sentence because I was like, you were gonna say something big. My name's
well,
Daxton Beaumont. This is Parsley, my friend. Two of our friends are currently, they'll be
Indisposed.
here. Yeah, they're preoccupied, if you will.
of course. I believe I saw the pretty boy walk down the hall.
He has
Um,
a name, and that's Lysander. He
Lysander,
prefers that.
that one.
He is very pretty, so I understand the confusion.
Daxton's kind of pissed.
All right. Well,
Sorry, Daxton wants to be the only pretty one.
No, this is mostly because Daxton feel like the captain just walked in and was like, pretty boy, hold up, sir.
Um,
Watch your fucking
that
mouth.
we have some we have been looking at the clues left at the boat explosion.
oh right. You showed them the remember thing, right? Right. Well,
Yes.
yes. Lysander, welcome back.
Lysander.
Ah, yes, Lysander. Like, oh, my
This is
apologies.
the
And I,
I
captain.
am the
oh,
captain.
hello, Captain. It's a pleasure to meet you. And I just sort of glide over and extend out my hand to him.
Yes. You see this Warforged hand take you, and I'm going to send a picture in the group. That the chat will not be privy to. This would be a great time to sell a Patreon. But yes.
Daxton is sort of standing right behind Lysander, just glaring at the captain.
Um, well, Lysander, it was very nice to meet you. I was just making acquaintances with your party. Yes. Please take a seat, everybody.
Oh, of course.
Um, honestly, I Sarah is very good at briefings, so I'm sure you have everything. But if there are any questions, let me know. Um,
Uh, are there any leads on these names?
the names, not so far. We have been looking through the files. We've been looking through any kind of names of previous convicts, any people in prison who broke out of prison. Any we've been contacting the other headquarters in the other cities as well. None have stood out so far, but we've only gotten the names a couple of days ago. So
I I wonder. I mean, and I think at this point, Parsley shows her list, which has like the bronze, breeze, like is starting to like insert words into here. It says, perhaps focusing on people who were in some way overlooked might help because any high profile people would probably basically she's going to reiterate the conversation that she had with Daxton
absolutely.
about.
Oh, do you have access to the ship?
Oh yes, we docked it in our private shipyard, so we're going to deal with that.
Is it
Uh,
still vandalized? Or has it
very
been
much
cleaned?
so.
We would
Very
love
much.
Excellent.
to see
Nobody has
that.
been
I would
allowed
love to
to.
get a chance to investigate the ship.
Absolutely. I'll put that in the works. I'll actually. The mayor is right here. Mayor, do we have permission? The mayor's like, yes. Whatever you need. Honestly, just get this solved. It's not looking good in terms of numbers. So yes,
Excellent.
I'll take you to the ship right away. Uh, if you do, you guys have anything that you would like me to prepare before that? Before we head to the ship?
Mm,
Not
Nothing.
much we
All
can
right.
think of. And
no.
I
All right.
hand Lysander his coffee that arrived when they were in washroom.
Oh, thank you.
Not a
Oh,
problem.
perfect.
All right. Well, on our way then.
Yes, on
This is
our way.
all right. Yes. And he's going to walk out, and you see two. He has like these two personal guards, and you see these very, very. You can see the they're almost kids. You can see like these like 18 to 19-year-old humans, and that immediately like strike a attentive pose. And you can definitely see that there's a second where Alaric gives them like the side eye before he starts to move, and they follow him. And
Goodness.
yes, you guys are on the way. Alaric takes one of the carts that are like the police carts, and then you guys follow him with your own. And we're going to take you down the city. This was kind of like the mid-level city, and you guys are heading down towards the shipyards, and you can see there is this massive sprawling shipyard in front of you. You can see newer ships that are there. There are some older ships that are just like starting to leave. You see a couple of private cruisers as well, that have been parked in the corner, like further away from all of the regular ships. And then you guys take like a sharp right, and you guys are taken towards this kind of almost sectioned off piece where you can see this massive ship. You see this massive ship. Imagine like Titanic level massive, like it's a cruise. You can see, well, it's not a cruise. It's one of those ships with which carry the basically container ships. I forget the word, but yes, it's a massive ship, and you can see the front part of the ship is just gone. So it's almost like somebody took a bite out of the ship, and there's just the front part is just gone, and there's just this empty mechanisms from inside. You can see like half broken rooms. You can see partial containers that have been uh, kind of broken and pulled apart by the sheer force of the explosion. And you can see there's a ship, and um, you can see that there's a good amount of guards that are here, that are keeping a very close eye on this. And then it kind of just gives them a nod as you're taken past the red tape of it all, and you guys are taken towards the ship. So here we are. That's the
Okay.
ship.
This is what Lysander wants to do. Lysander wants to get. Is it in dry dock or is it in the water?
It is still in the water.
It's still in the water. Okay. So I'm gonna. Lysander is going to. Can I just is gonna ask if he can have like a dinghy or a boat. I want to get right next to where the graffiti is.
Graffiti. Yes. Well, we should be able to do that. Immediately two dinghies are brought, and you guys. Um, the captain is going to come with you. Is there anybody else who is also coming?
I'm
Um,
going, obviously.
I was wondering if there's anything that isn't easily accessible because I can turn into a swimmy thing and look like below the waterline to see if there's anything that was missed.
Oh,
Um,
that's cool.
Oh.
Like
um,
immediately goes. I mean, a good amount of the cargo did fall into the water that we have. We're not sure if we've gotten it all. So I mean,
I
go ahead. I'll.
I think some underwater reconnaissance would be really, really useful. And I want to
uh,
say that loud enough conveniently so that like maybe one of the birds sees, in
mhm.
case
Mhm.
we need to activate. And I'm just making this up, the fish camera.
The fish
Because
Yes.
camera.
well, I'm
The first
assuming that
camera.
because we have a druid,
Mhm.
that we have like a fish camera similar to the bird camera to cover our underwater shots.
Absolutely. I mean, you've done some underwater expeditions. Our
Yeah,
goal
and
this season two was part of an ancient city. Yeah, of course you have a fish camera.
Um, cut. I feel like there's a cut to Dolphin Parsley, who is like in the water getting fitted with a like camera harness or something like that. Like,
I mean, and Dax is just standing in the
I
side,
thought
like,
I just thought it was an actual fish with like a magical like eyes following you in the water, but the
not
harness was
Parsley
cute.
with the camera
Yeah,
harness.
there's just like a little bird cage that follows you all around. Waterproof bird cage
yeah.
where the bird's just looking at you.
Uh,
But yes, Alaric would let you know that this is not where the ship actually exploded. So that will be a little ways off. But Sarah can take you,
That's
and
fine.
Alec's gonna. So let's resolve the dinghy first. All right. As the
Uh,
dinghy goes over, I'm assuming Dax is going with the dinghy because Dax
yeah,
can't swim
yeah.
canonically. Can he?
I don't like the captain. That guy.
What? Okay. As you're in the
Is
dinghy,
this what it's like playing with Yabisi? That's what it feels like.
the dinghy takes you closer to the. You're going towards the exploded end of the boat.
Yes, I want to
Oh.
see. Yeah.
But Dax doesn't like the captain because they called you a pretty boy. So, you know.
First thing, that's the first thing the guy said.
It's
He walked
reality
in the
TV
house and
drama. It's
pretty
the
boy.
best. I love it. Yeah, I am. Yeah, so I want to get as. So this is the plan. This is what I got. I want to get as close as possible to where the graffiti is, and then Lysander is going to go up to the graffiti and very carefully, kind of like, kind of whispering Sylvan under his tongue as I use the mend cantrip to unsmudge the letters
That is an
and
interesting use.
and put it back to what it was because the paint's still there.
Interesting.
And I'm ignoring the ship. I'm not targeting the ship. I'm targeting
Specifically the
blood.
paint.
The paint.
All right. As you try to do that, technically it's very close to reversing. Thing. All right. Can you just roll me your spellcasting modifier
Yeah, absolutely.
again? Yeah. As you
I'm gonna guide myself.
with the force of your charisma, just channel the Fae and turn time back just a little bit to get the paint right back where it was.
Yup. Come on. No.
Aww.
16.
16. I would say um I would say as you are doing that, you pull it back and you're definitely able to get kind of restore it. I wouldn't say you get all the words, but what you do get is this print of like a hand almost smudging it. So you can get this kind of like uh, I would say the handprint that you get is of a human hand. It looks relatively generic, but you can see like the specifically you can see part of the little finger is missing, and that's what you get in this like kind of like four and a half fingered hand, in smudging this kind of paint. And you as you try to restore it, you are able to get like most of these do seems like names. Most of these do seem like they were written very very calmly and elaborately. These are not scrolling. This was very
Yeah.
very planned. This was very very structured, and you can see a brush was used for this. Like this is not hand painted, but that is what you're able to get.
Oh, clearly. Well, Lysander looks a little disappointed and is like, well, I did the best I could. These were definitely painted with a brush. They were painted with calm. And that is a humanoid hand, probably a human, missing a finger that smudged this.
That is useful. I'm not there.
That's great.
You know that. It's fine.
Okay.
Intercoms. It's fine.
Partially.
I create like a minor illusion of the hand, of like the handprint. It kind of hovers in front of the captain. Any suspects in the city missing a finger?
Well, not really. I
Any
will have to
members
check.
of law enforcement or the guards that are missing a finger?
Of course
Who
not.
would have
They
wanted to
wouldn't
tamper
be.
with evidence?
We wouldn't be if it's anybody. It's going to be one of the dock hands. They were here much before we were.
Why
Can
would
I
one of the dock hands want these names smeared?
I don't have the
qu-
answer. That's what you're
can I
here for.
roll for insight?
Yes, you may roll for insight. What are you inciting?
I just want to know if he's lying.
Fair enough.
Because goddamn, that
Roll
sounds
for
like a lie.
insight. Da, 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 da,
Let's
dum,
see.
dum, bum, 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 bum.
Where are my stats? Jesus.
Jackson lost his stats.
Ooh, that's a 12.
That's a 12. I would say it's hard to tell. Um, it's hard. It's definitely hard to tell. This is an automaton, and they're very clearly known for not having readable expressions, as it's just a metal faceplate. But you can tell with the voice modulation by itself, you can tell like definitely there's this sort of like contemplativeness. Like they are whatever it was, they are trying to think of something. If not exactly this close to this.
Hmm. Hmm. Interesting.
The mood is contemplative. Um,
Man thinks too
Oh.
much. I don't trust a man who thinks too much.
just a brooder.
Hmm.
Well, I'll be on the lookout for it though.
Is there
Um,
any sort of
I
records we could
dismiss the
go
illusion.
through?
I mean, records exist. I don't think there are records of missing fingers. But if there's anything significant in missing fingers, we'll get right back to
I
you.
don't know, some incident that caused somebody to miss a finger because of some
Oh,
law enforcement thing.
I don't think that's part of the law.
Part of the. Oh no.
Oh no, the captain.
Oh
There
Oh
he goes.
no.
no.
The captain.
The captain
Well,
comes
let's
unconscious.
take this moment to go over my wild shape options for what stat block
Yeah,
I'm going to use.
Right.
let's
While we wait
go.
for our
Our DM to come back.
GM to
Objective.
come back.
We have a giant seahorse, a reef shark.
To be fair, I can just go underwater
Uh,
without any issues.
Oh,
To be
you're a water
fair, I don't need
genasi.
no
but consider
air
I get to
genasi.
be
I
a
don't need to
dolphin.
breathe underwater.
Oh,
I can just go over there.
it's all good. While we're investigating that, we're gonna have our kobold friend go
The
underwater and see if there's
seahorse.
any other clues to be found. Seahorse is cool. I like dolphin.
Seahorse,
Octopus is a
octopus.
good one.
I think octopus is the best one, if I'm being honest.
Mhm. Do they have a swim speed of like 50 or
Fortunately,
40 or some nonsense?
I don't know. Feel like octopus can
yeah,
grab a lot of stuff and come back up.
Mm-hmm.
it's true. I have many, many hands.
Yeah.
Many hands, grabby,
Many,
grab,
many
grab.
times that Caleb. Do you remember when remember on Critical Role Campaign 2, the wizard used to turn Frumpkin into a octopus instead of a cat,
That's true.
set them in the
That is
water
a
so that
true
they could
fact.
investigate, so they could look at
Aw.
underwater stuff through their eyes.
I have
Um,
fine
Mm-hmm.
speed. I should also look at stat logs.
What? Hello, everybody. I am back.
hey, you're
Sorry, my
back.
laptop crashed
Captain!
randomly. Very random. Okay.
All
Back to
good.
everyone. What was I saying? I was in the middle of a sentence. And it
The
went back.
captain was in the middle of a sentence, and the
Yeah.
captain was, oh gosh,
Oh yes.
he.
There are no rituals or anything that.
Not rituals. I'm more of talking about maybe there was a situation that was mishandled and now they're coming back for revenge. Something like that.
we'll have to. I mean, you have to understand. This is a big city.
Yeah.
You did see the amount of guards that were posted, right? This. If you're looking for people who have a gripe with other people in the city, it's going to be a long, long list. That's why
Okay.
we're trying to maintain order here. We don't know what's
Understand.
happening. If we knew, things would be much easier. But right now, it it seems like it's there must be a trend that I is there that I'm missing. But they've
Okay.
targeted different organizations. They've targeted different kinds of buildings. It's almost like they're
The
being random or something. If they're trying to leave
yeah,
a
yeah.
message, we are not getting it.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Why are you not getting the message?
Who would want to interfere with whatever point these people are trying to make?
Indeed. Indeed.
And I think this would be a good time to for us to, as you brood, the camera cuts to blue, 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 as our kobold dives underwater. Okay, so you've gone to the site of where the ship first the initial explosion happened, and you're there, right? And you're trying to head in, Jilly, as Parsley. What does Parsley look like as they druid their way into water?
So I'm a dolphin, obviously. Um, but I think that this is not like an official thing that I can do, but I think that her dolphin is, should the DM permit me, like slightly sparkly because of the Star Druid circle thing. So I am
Absolutely.
essentially living the
Yeah.
14-year-old, well, probably from age like 7 to 14-year-old dream. Um, although I'm in
Absolutely.
my 30s, so it's still the dream. So let's be real.
I don't know.
Um, so I'm like a shiny dolphin.
You're like a shiny dolphin going underwater with a bird kit attached to your back.
That is correct.
That is correct. All right, so you dive in. Do you take just like a couple of recreational laps before you head down to business?
Yeah, I gotta like whenever you get into a new body and you're not in combat, you have to take the opportunity to kind of like feel it out, you know?
Hmm. Absolutely. And I would say even before you kind of like as you were preparing to get in, the moment you are like further away from like Alaric, like the full entourage of the city guards, you can see like
Mhm.
the workers do kind of like from further away they do show interest as you can see a couple of them start to like stop and just wave as you're going about, and also start to like follow you a little, and just keeping an eye on the spectacle that's happening as you
I don't know how to
exactly.
dolphin.
That's
That's
right.
my
That is
That's close enough.
spot on.
Mm. Dolphins can talk. They're just having fun. I'm very
yeah.
sure of that. But yeah, as
They're
a dolphin,
so
you dive
smart.
in.
I'm probably
Um,
smart. I mean, I know I keep my stats, but I like to believe that I'm smarter in this form. Um,
I mean, sure. I would say you definitely seem more clever.
yeah, I feel it's really all psychological. Um, I
Right.
would like to look for clues.
Look for clues. Roll for luck clues. All right. So, which one should it be? I would say because you don't have much hands, I would say it would be more perception than investigation. So
Okay.
that works out with the druid.
That's much better for me, quite
Yeah.
honestly. Let's see. I don't think I have a bonus or anything. So that is a 13.
That is a 13. All right. So, as you begin to circle, you definitely, as you're circling closer and closer, you immediately like it's almost offensive it hits like your senses first, and it's almost offensive to your senses. You feel you feel this like alteration in the water. There is some sort of thing that has been corrupting these waters, and the closer you are able to get there, can I just before we head in, I would say I wouldn't make you head in directly. As you're there, you are about like circling this kind of like this hotspot of this whatever this corruption is. Would you like to go in deeper? That will require you a constitution saving throw. You can
Yeah,
already
I'll
tell,
do it.
like, yeah.
I'm a dolphin. What is a
No,
dolphin's constitution score?
I'm not sure, but roll it. Can
Just
I
roll it with
water
my stats.
underwater?
I can Google and find out.
I mean,
Okay,
I
we're
don't
gonna
think there
find out.
is a dolphin stat block, so it's
That's fine. We'll use a generic dolphin.
Dolphin
I would say the
stat block.
constitution should be how strong are all? I would say
Wait,
plus
I'll
one
find out
constitution
in a second.
in a second.
Give
DND
me a
wiki
second.
plus 7 constitution to dolphins because they're great.
Wow, DM just out here handing out Phoebe's man. I think I found it.
DND wiki works.
Dolphin, medium beast, unaligned, Constitution 13 plus 1.
13. That's not
Yep,
bad.
I did not realize that I was muted. Whoops.
Ooh.
I was like, why isn't anyone responding? I totally found it.
There you go. You win. So that is a 12 on Constitution.
That's a 12. I would say it's hard on a dolphin.
It's hard to be a dolphin. Thank you for
Hard to be a
acknowledging that.
dolphin. Especially you in your other form already had a cold, and that travels obviously. So I would say as a dolphin, as you come closer, you can definitely feel your body kind of it's not exactly shutting down, but it's getting sluggish. And it's beginning to make you feel almost like fatigued. You feel that kind of like a feeling of like a little bit overwhelmed by just the amount of water there is. And as you get deeper and deeper, you see underground with that 13 that you rolled. You see under the water, kind of lodged in between a bunch of rocks, like the bedrock of the sea. You can see just a few containers, all of them marked like black, painted black, and like a bold T on it. And you would know that this is the like big company corporation called Titan. And you see around it just loads of like dry, like dead crustaceans that are just there, that have just slowly built around it. And yeah, your body just begins to kind of slow down. It gets slower and slower, and you're feeling like that exhaustion start to build up. So can you just take 1 point of exhaustion, please?
I was gonna say, do I smell a level of exhaustion? Yeah.
Yeah. You smell what the rock is cooking. It is
I'm trying
exhaustion.
to find. Okay, can I? Would it benefit me? This is me kind of thinking out loud. I get 2 wild shapes before I have to rest.
Hmm.
Can I? Would it benefit me to turn into a giant octopus and try and touch it, or no? It seems bad. Seems like a bad thing. But also, I want to touch it. Do I feel like if I touched it, I would too become gross and icky?
Become gross and icky. Let's have you roll a nature. You're a druid. You'll be fine with
Okay.
that.
Well, that's an int skill because in its infinite
aware.
wisdom, druids. But it's still not bad. I do have a good nature bonus ish.
Quite nice.
Let me roll the correct thing. I'm very consistent. I'm rolling 13s. I'm rolling
boy.
12s and
I would
13s.
say,
That's what
Oh,
I'm doing.
I would
jeez.
say looking at the, you take a moment to reflect upon the effect that is occurring upon your body right now, and you can tell
Mhm.
that these these crustaceans did not die because of touching it. They died because it went into the system, and you can almost see like none of them have signs of struggle either. And I will not elaborate further.
Oh,
Like they did
Okay,
not.
I mean,
Yeah.
the plants were poisoned over time and did not engage in combat, is what I've learned. Um, I'm gonna turn into an octopus,
All right.
a giant octopus specifically.
Mm-hmm.
And I am going to, which hurts me because I like being a dolphin. To be a dolphin is a
Fair
great
enough.
life.
You are a sparky octopus if
I'm a
that makes it
sparkly
better.
octopus. And I'm going to try and like capture one of these things that
Ooh,
seems
you're
to
taking the
be
crate.
doing the badness.
Absolutely. Can I just have you roll as an octopus, general athletics or strength? You can see like
Okay.
these are slightly bigger on the crates. If you were taking a sample, I wouldn't make you roll, but you're taking a full box. So
Giant
let's have you roll
frog,
that. Oh
giant
yeah,
vulture,
giant,
giant octopus.
giant octopus.
Okay, well my strength is a lot better as an octopus, so that's good news for me.
Yeah.
yay.
Um I don't there's nothing else that is useful to me, so I just have to roll the die. Okay. And then add 3. Guess what I got?
13.
13.
I
Yay.
would say,
But that doesn't make it 16,
gosh
doesn't it?
golly, this is fire. As an octopus, you're able to, I would say, as you go to kind of grab, you're able to first, on the first tug, you feel this like part of the crate just break off, but you can see inside that there are these small containers as well, and you're able to like grab a couple of those. But before that, I will need another constitution saving throw from you, as you've
Great.
been
I'm
in the
great at
quarters from
this.
another.
Everything I don't oh, I do take the con. So it's still a +1 because a giant octopus's con
Yeah.
is 13.
All right.
So let's do. Okay, the curse is broken. A
Hey,
16.
a 16.
Yay.
That's enough. You feel this like even as an octopus, you feel this kind of corruption taking over you, and you feel it in your bones, like this almost like sort of a poison. But then, as you are now a giant octopus, your body itself is so much bigger that it takes longer to have an effect. So you're fine for now. You shouldn't be here for a longer time, but yeah, you're able to secure the packages, and you're fine for now. If you would like to do anything else, you're free to.
I mean, do I just want to look to see if I missed anything else around here that could be the cause of this corruption, or if it looks like specifically it is coming from this thing.
I would say you can see just this trail of this ever so slightly purple wispy residue that is being left as you pull the thing from the container. So you can, I would say, you can confidently tell that whatever is happening here is definitely because of the container.
Okay, I'm gonna try and seal it with my tentacles and then bring it
Absolutely.
with me.
All right. Yes, it takes a little bit of time as you're not used to being sluggish and eight-limbed. How often do you take? I would say would assume that as a dolphin, that's your like favorite form. So you haven't done a giant octopus for a little to enjoy.
Dolphin is my favorite, but giant octopuses do have a swim speed of 60 feet.
Ooh,
So,
let's
great.
go. You're quite fast then. Uh, and I would say because you're near the dock as well, you have like a bunch of handholds as well that you can just wrap your tentacles around. And the moment you break the water, the crowd that is now much closer and much bigger than when you went in, and it almost seemed like they were holding a breath. And at the moment you break the water with your shiny, shimmery octopus skin, immediately the crowd erupts into like laughter and applause as they're just very, very reminded that druids exists. Because no druids
I
have come to the city for a very long time.
I
But yeah,
do I do like a bow with my tentacles.
absolutely. And you can see, you can definitely see like those two birds, two blue birds also circling as they've taken this like Nat Geo shot of you breaking the water as well. Uh, and yes, you see immediately as you pull that box onto the dock, you see. Actually, can you have a pretty high perception?
My
What's your passive
passive,
perception? Yeah.
it's 17.
17. Yeah, I would say
Work.
absolutely. Then you are able to just catch this glance of this rather old man that's just looking at you from like quite further away. Just shake his head a little bit and begins to like move away and gets lost into like this, um, like the crowd of the dock workers and into the hubbub of it all.
Okay, so I try to remember his face because I imagine there's a lot going on, but I want to try and remember what he looks like.
Absolutely.
Not that in a magical world it matters because he could look like anything, but
Yeah.
um,
I would say you see that it's a human man about 5'4", and he's got this like long, scraggly beard and one sort of like this twitchy eye, and definitely
and
looks like they work there. And
I was
definitely
gonna
looks
say
like
in
a
a
dock
dock,
worker.
imagine. So I drop off this thing near the officials or like the guards, and I tell people not to touch it until I am no longer an octopus at this point. Otherwise, I
Yeah,
can't
I
tell people
figured.
anything. Um, I'm once again a kobold, and I have to get unhooked. I imagine from the like bird cage thing that was
Absolutely.
attached to me. So while that's happening, I'm like, don't touch that until we can look at it and verify that it isn't. Well, I'm gonna say verify it isn't harmful, but it seems like it is harmful. Um,
I would say with that you also see, the goblin that is the cameraman. You
mhm.
see they're throwing up into the water like slightly further away from where you are, and you can see that the bird is gone.
The bird is dead.
You don't see it.
Where's the bird?
You asking the goblin?
Yeah, where's the bird?
Well, it's gone for now. It will be back later.
What does that mean?
What was that? It's and it didn't. It's not. It's dead, but it's not really dead. It's whatever it was that you went into. Not good. Very not good.
What do you mean it's dead, but it's not dead?
It's a magical bird. It's part of technically my mind. A bunch
Oh,
of my mind is
it's a
asleep.
summoned bird. I'm really sorry that I killed your summoned bird.
It's fine. What was that?
I don't know, but it's gooey and it's bad.
That yeah. It feels
Um,
like part of my brain is just numb now.
are I mean, I'm not proficient in Arcana, but I can I look at this stuff and see if I can work out what it is, and also I do have healing, but I don't know if it will help whatever is
Fair
happening
enough.
here.
Need restoration. If you have
Yeah.
I
lesser
would imagine
restoration.
so.
But yes, roll Arcana, please. Go ahead.
Arcana 12. The Kirk's returns.
With the 12, you can tell that there is definitely residue of Arcana, but it's not like enchanted. It doesn't seem cursed. It seems more of definitely seems like more of a organic compound than
Organic.
more
Okay.
towards organic side.
Okay, organic is
Random.
helpful. All right. I will communicate this to, I don't know, do we have walkie-talkies? What's the
I would
communicate? Are
say,
they
uh, before that, as you kind of like get that, what is Lysander and Dax doing after you kind of like had that conversation with with Alaric?
I wanted to go and immediately catch up with the rest of the team,
Alright,
with my
absolutely.
kobold friend, and find out what they found at the wreckage.
Mhm. I would
Because
say this
I
is the
got
time you are able to easily meet up. Yeah, go on.
yeah. So Lysander Lake heads over with Dax with his little notebook. Made some discoveries. How about you? Oh my, what is that? Bad
It's
vibes.
bad. It's bad.
Okay.
It's killed all of the plants around the area where it is. I was only able to bring one of them. But it doesn't seem to be magical in origin. I mean, not purely magical. There is an organic component to it. Um
My character's gonna take a look at it. What should I roll to figure out what in the world this is? I've got
Honestly, it's up to you.
history.
I mean, I would say any in check works except investigation.
Any in chat works except
It
investigation.
will give you different information,
I'm
maybe
not.
less, maybe more,
Okay,
but
I
it's more about what you're trying to
will.
remember.
I'll go for Arcana because I'm really good with that.
All right, go ahead.
And I'm gonna guide myself.
Of course. Does everybody had guidance?
yes.
Nice. I'm just assuming all ability checks have guidance.
Well, it's
No,
I know at least
because
two of us
sometimes I
do.
need it and sometimes I don't. 18.
Ooh, that is good. And you're using Arcana. I would say as you hmm I would say as you approach it with that kind of magic in your mind, feel those voices of guidance guiding you up in here, and kind of go through your mental stores to figure out what exactly is magical about it. And first of all, what it looks like is it's like purple slime almost. You can tell that it has mixed with the water that was there, and it has turned into like this gooey, slimy thing that's just leaking out, and it's starting to like oodle onto the dock as well.
Ooh.
And as you try to ascertain what is magical about it,
Mhm.
you specifically get that almost uh, it's at its very core, it seems like a little bit of druidic magic. You can feel this sort of whatever this compound is. Your understanding of magic says that the only magic that is really used here is to keep it all together. That it should not have been mixed in this manner. Whatever, whatever creator has created this, whatever has turned it into this form, has used magic to just keep it together. Magic is the glue that holds together this compound.
Okay. May I make a nature check to figure out what kind of naturally occurring substance this could be? Actually, I'm going to say out loud. Wait, this is actually your wheelhouse. Magic is just holding this together, Parsley. This is a naturally occurring substance. What could it be? And I have a nature of +1
I have
uh
+6.
of in nature.
Yeah.
I'm going to do guidance and the help action to try and walk Parsley through what animal, creature, plant, whatever this purple substance has been harvested from.
Ooh, absolutely.
So take advantage and take a D4 and figuring it out.
Okay. So plus a d4. That's
See if
really
I have
good
any
though.
other buff spells. Hold on. I think that
Yeah.
because like I'm not a bard, but I'm pretty good at buffing people.
I'm sorry, I just tried to roll a d4 and the site said forbidden, which is really funny to me. It's forbidden. Let me try again. There
They
it
look
is.
too
All
much
right.
like they're trying to be triangles. What?
Yeah, that's what I got.
24 is
20.
what
Oh
is
my
what I got.
lord.
Yes.
Tell me your secrets.
Yes. So what is this?
One
And we're just
second.
kind of yeah, and we're just kind of like we're having a moment where I'm just like, see this, and then like, oh, and like, we're having this sort of like bonding moment where we're like figuring out the mystery.
Absolutely. I would say immediately you're able to now you will require like kind of like time with this if you want to get like the exact thing, but two things just um immediately just like snap out almost towards you. First thing is called void bloom, and you can just smell it like ever so slightly in the air. And void bloom is actually an exotic flower. Void bloom is an exotic flower that's not even found on this continent. And you can just feel it, and it's a very potent poison. And it what it really does, it just coagulates the blood in a person's brain. So it just begins to kind of just shut down the brain because there is no more blood there. And that's what the effect of like void bloom is. And then secondarily, you feel this presence of where is it? There we go. Ash. No, Phantasm. I said something wrong there. But you feel this presence of Phantasm. Phantasm is that is nature, right? So I would say this is specifically something that your people would know, and it would be like old knowledge given to you. You know that Phantasm is uh, it was called something else. It's been called different things in different languages, but it is one of the early hallucinogens that was used to kind of like it was used usually in like spirituality, and it was used to kind of like dull the senses of the current mind, and open it to possibilities of the beyond. And so it's like an old substance that been used throughout cultures, throughout different traditions, and you can definitely sense like the presence of that, especially because I would say some of the people in your circle as well have been known to use it, especially those who were more spiritually aligned.
Okay. So I will tell that to my friends. But not I'm gonna try and do it not within earshot of like the people around us so we can like talk about also I'm concerned, how can I counteract the effects of this if my cameraman has been infected with it? Because he has a headache, which worries me because coagulating the blood in the brain doesn't seem great.
No, it doesn't. All right. That's going to require a medicine check. And on that note, you do know that there is a paladin with you. Just, just putting it out.
Yeah.
There is
Maybe
a paladin.
maybe yeah.
Who is not talking anything?
Well,
Dax, say something right now. What is Dax doing? 1 second, guys. He has not
yeah.
been on the screen at all. Dax, what you doing? I know you're new to the show, but come on. Producer's note.
Dax is back.
Dax, where you at? What you doing?
Oh no!
Just left the call. I think they were talking for a good while and nobody heard it.
Oh no! I hope not.
Oh dear.
Uh,
Da da da.
Steve, would we like to like take a break here because Dax is
Yeah.
not here, and Dax has not been here for like a little bit. So let's. Do you mind if we call a break here and then we can resume back in 15? Exactly
Yeah.
at 10 for us. people, round figures.
Sounds fine by me.
Sounds fine by me. All right, everybody, welcome back.
Yay!
Hello, we have Hector back, we have Ajay back, and then we have Ezzy, whom is not a human.
I am very real. Fuck
They are
you.
I don't
quite
believe it.
real.
I
Quite.
don't believe it.
I am very
All right.
human.
Yes. You are the dare to dream. You are the dream. All right.
We are the
Uh,
dream.
we begin. We're gonna jump right back. Yes. We begin with Daxton. Daxton. You
Mhm.
see this little Twitter-like bird, like the same blue color, that's just been following you around, and you can see like slowly um, throughout the as the day has been progressing, the birds on you have slowly begun to like dwindle down, and now there's only one following you. As you can see, just this cluster of like different short taking birds that are surrounding where Lysander is, and where Parsley is. And for a second, you have this moment of like almost being unseen. Like you right now, whatever you're being like, your field right now is not going to anybody.
Oh,
And then you feel that uh, uh, the sense of like you can tell that after today, when the end notes are being talked about, the director might directly approach you. And with that, I
shit.
would say you have this moment as the final bird is beginning to move away from you. That the stage is all yours.
All right. We have poison on hand. That's what I remember.
Hmm.
I am going to divine sense mostly to
Mhm.
figure out like the origin of like, oh, is this something that's celestial fiend or undead, that kind of,
Mhm.
nature.
I see. Okay. What does it look like? Please tell me what does it look like as you divine sense to the camera.
For the camera, it's a bit theatrics. Like there's a small, sleight of hand thaumaturgy that's being done just for like the show, where it's like, uh, his eyes glow, which is from Divine Sense, but like him reaching out to just like scan this, it's like slightly sci-fi-ish visualization of like, oh, his hand has a glow, which is thaumaturgy, which is just thaumaturgy. That just scans this word, like the poison situation to figure out.
Mhm.
It's like really played up, but for just divine sense, it's just his eyes, and that's going to last for a little bit. It takes a while for
Mhm.
it to wear out.
Absolutely. Your eyes go white. Your hand glows, and are you doing like the full? How sci-fi are you going? Are you doing like the green lines, like the grids
No, no, no. It's
taking
just like
over
a white light
the?
that just goes over it and it just flickers a little bit.
I see. Well, as you divine sense, let me just read up what divine sense does for a second. Or you can just tell me. Do you know what divine sense does?
Divine sense can detect good or and evil. Usually, you take it in combat. Usually,
Mhm, mhm.
uh, affected by the Hallow spell, which I don't know what that is.
Hallows.
It
Yeah.
means it makes the place holy.
You
Mhm.
can sense anything affected by the Hallow spell or know the location of anything
Mhm.
celestial, fiend, or undead.
I see. Know the
Like,
location
is
of
this
the
thing that is in front of us celestial of any of those origin,
I would say
basically?
I would say it has the barest hint of something celestial, like very very barest hint of it, of celestial. But everything else, no read. This is just an organic compound, like a little chemical.
Hmm,
Hmm.
weird ass piece of shit.
Most certainly. And also very dangerous. And then
Can I do a medicine check?
I mean,
I was a
absolutely.
college student.
uh not
I did
uh
study
yeah,
You have lay on hands of
medicine.
some description.
yeah.
I can do
What kind
lay
of
on
what
hands
what's the medicine
to
check for? That's what
fuck
I'm
yeah.
curious about.
like so Daxton is from has a background in medicine. Like he has a book,
Oh,
he has a
okay.
herbalism kit and stuff. So like is this something he's familiar with or like he would have heard
Hmm.
of?
Absolutely.
Um
Roll that medicine check. I would say you get. I'd say you get advantage if you have like the herbalism kit on you,
I
but
do have a herbalism kit on me.
Yeah.
yes,
And
but
I'll
I
give
would
them
need you
guidance.
to also with that require. I would also require a sleight of hand check to not get it on your skin
Fair.
or too close to you.
The medicine check is a 17.
Ooh, that's
Did
good.
you add the guidance to that?
Oh, I have guidance? I
Yeah.
did not add guidance to that.
I
I
mean,
just
one of us
declared
will
it.
cast it.
Uh, I just love this idea of like this man, like a relatively tall guy, um, just like bending down, doing like science stuff while two other people are just like at his shoulders. Not that way. There, that's the one.
That's oh I roll a d4, right, for the guidance?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's +4.
Hey yo, that pushes us up to 21.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that
Yeah.
does
All right.
go up there.
And what's your
Now
sleight of hand?
for sleight of
Uh,
hand is 18.
Ooh, that's good. Unfortunately, you're
Killing
being
it.
really careful. You're being real careful, and there's just this like flock of birds now watching every step, looking and you can see like there are two birds that are just staring like Hector and sorry, not Hector, Lysander and Parsley in the face, just in case something bad happens. Then they can catch like those expressions. But
Jesus.
unfortunately, as the tension builds up, nothing happens, and you're able to like go through your motions. And what are you trying to exactly discern from this medicine check?
One, is this a poison that I've ever come across before? Two,
Mhm.
like because I would have like previous knowledge of like, oh, these are like common poisons. Do I recognize what this is? Second, if I do recognize it, do I know if there's like a natural cure out there, or do I just have to like lay on hands, spend 5 points, cure poison?
Mhm.
I can help with
Absolutely.
part of
Yeah.
that. So I know what it's made of. It's made of two different exotic
Mhm.
plants called void bloom, which is a flower and is a potent poison that coagulates the blood in the brain.
That's fine.
Mhm.
And fantasian, um,
Fantasia.
which is a
Yeah.
hallucinogen.
And it's
Yes.
also held together with arcane magic.
It's held together with arcane
Oh,
magic.
It's
That's what I
bound
know. I
together.
don't know like how to
Uh,
counter it.
Yeah,
That's why.
and
yeah.
I was
So
able to
countering
figure out
it
that the
would.
magic was just gluing it together. It's not actually a magical poison.
Yeah.
So yes, the
And that's
question would be:
the
is
help
there a
action
cure?
to give them advantage. Oh no, they already rolled. Never mind.
they already
Yeah.
rolled. Okay, so that's what we're trying to
Is
find.
there a
First
cure
of
that
all,
I could possibly?
mhm, with the 21, I would say choose one of those. Tell me which one you want to know more. Dex.
Huh?
I don't
Uh,
think we
Hello.
understood the response. What was
Okay,
so because
I'm saying with
Yeah.
it was a two-part question. It
yeah.
was a if this, then this. But if they only get
Oh
one of
yeah,
the
that
two
is true.
answers, answer number two doesn't make sense if you don't have the knowledge of answer number one.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Sorry, I just wanted to clarify that because I was like, well,
Fair.
Yeah,
which
Fair.
yeah.
one is it? Like,
All right. I would say the
sorry, just trying
first
to advocate for my
one that
fellow player.
you. Mhm, fair enough. Fair enough. Um, in terms of the poison, I would say you would recognize that this is, while it may be to a certain amount toxic, it's not lethal. So this is not in the market. This would be a bad poison if it was in the market. You know that it could, in
Right.
higher dosage, be used to put somebody to sleep. but that's going to be high dosages. So if you're trying to be coy with the poison,
Okay.
would not be the deadliest poison out there.
It's more of an inhibitor of sorts.
Sorts.
Gotcha.
Y'all
And
But this is
don't.
a lot of it, right?
Are
The
you?
quantity is
Yeah.
the
high.
quantity, you would like just the amount that has been sent to the sea. There were about three large containers. So this amount, how do I would say it's about a good, like, in measurements that we would understand. I would say you've just got about like a good 30 to 40 kgs of cocaine. Like that's about the
Jesus.
amount of contraband, in terms of contraband, you have got. So if it was poison, that's a lot of poison.
Is there like any commercial reason for them to be like shipping this much of this compound to anywhere?
Are you asking me?
Yes.
Yeah.
The GM.
um
You know the setting.
GM, commercial use, uh I would say this could be used as an anesthesia and an anesthesia thing. You would know that of this, the main two effects I would tell you of this is slowing down your brain to a good, like, it inhibits a lot of like your brain's thinking ability, and with the phantasium, it also acts as a hallucinogen.
Hmm.
So it might be more towards the drug end of the thing.
Okay. Got it. Got it. Great. Uh, Interesting. I take notes. This is just like whip out a small notebook and I'm like writing this shit down.
Uh, so kind of nervously for the cameras, uh, and in general, uh, Dax, are you
Hmm.
done looking?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, excellent. And then at that point, Lysander is going to start dancing his fingers along and then using sort of like a combination of like mend and prestidigitation to just sort of reseal up all of the broken, like the leakage, so that the poison
Oh,
isn't dripping out everywhere. That's
Yeah,
why my character was like, "Are you done?"
I can
Because
help
there's
with
a bunch.
mending too to
Yeah,
help
Mhm.
get it
yeah,
done quick.
yeah. And so I don't want this stuff out
that is
where
fair.
children and other people and people can like get near it because it's still poison. So my character, with Parsley's help, we're just gonna like repair uh the bin so that it's not leaking and seeping into the water and around the people anymore.
Is anyone affected? Did anybody get in?
No, I'm just being cautious.
No, I'm just.
I
Are we
mean,
not
the
allowed to be
our
cautious?
cameraman was being sick over in the water, and I
Oh,
had
oh.
ominous things said about later. But
I'll.
it's
Yeah, I'll go
Yeah,
check
we've
on
already
him.
had people hurt by this, trust.
I'll. I'll go
Our
check
people.
on. Yeah, I'll go check on him. See if he needs any healing or neutralization of the poison or something. I'm gonna go
That would
find
be
him. You
wonderful.
guys fix
Um,
that.
where so sheriff, contraband.
Contraband. Yes. Yeah, we'll get right on that. This was not on the ship's manifest, and um,
well, there's two more containers of it at the bottom of the ocean. So I would recommend. Sorry, I remembered that Parsley has a voice halfway through that. I would recommend that you send someone down there to safely deal with them. If you don't have anyone who's a specialist at diving, I'm happy to do it. But I will need to rest first because it's tough
I
oh,
being a
can
dolphin.
also do it if you are not up for it.
uh, no, I think the city can handle this. We'll ask for some aid. how much of an emergency do you think this is?
Very much.
I mean, it's
This
already killing the plant life in in the ocean.
It's not
So,
going to seep into the reservoirs of the city, right? That's
It
not
well,
going
it
to
could.
with the
happen.
depends on
It
poison
where the
could.
reservoirs are.
depends
Yes.
on where the
I wouldn't
reservoirs are,
wait
and the
until
poison
it
is
did.
seeping into the water.
All right. I'll get on it. In case there is a problem, I'll let you know. But let me
The,
just
the
make
thing
a
about
few.
water, and Parsley turns to the cameras like she's sharing some great wisdom, is that it moves around.
It does. It does. It does move around.
Yeah, so sooner rather than later would probably be better.
Of course. I'll send a few sendings around. I'll send a couple of letters, and if we don't have any kind of emergency support, I'll let you guys know. All right. But other than
Alright.
that, I'm also going to send this for testing. I've
So,
never I've never encountered this before, so
huh.
this is rather unfortunate. You said that this was like right under the wreckage as well. So somebody
Yeah.
should have looked at it technically.
Mhm.
I'll also let me just clean out my house. I think there's some problems happening.
At
Um,
your house?
the metaphorical house, the sheriff's office.
Hmm.
He'll for a second he just looks
Okay.
to the camera and looks back at Dax. Um, but
Oracle house.
yes, uh,
Daxton will wait until this guy leaves and sing metaphorical house. What is he, a poet?
I don't know. All right, so where are our clues taking us next? So the ship was carrying poison. Someone blew the ship up, wanting to remember a certain number of
Well,
names.
the poison is all, but it can also be used as a drug. So
Oh, well, even worse. Drugs are being smuggled.
It's true. Hallucinogens are very popular. I as a player have to say the poison for Cusco's poison, the
his
poison chosen
poison.
specifically for
Yeah.
Cusco. That is
Oh
like a
yeah.
legal obligation that I have.
Fair enough.
Mm. Mm.
But
I think I
because we're
want to
just
go
saying the word
find.
poison so much.
Yeah. I want to go find our Mr. Goblin cameraman to make sure
mhm.
he's okay.
Let's go check in on crew before we move on to the next
Mhm.
clue.
Yeah. Let's
Yeah.
Uh
just make sure nobody came in contact with this and is not sick.
yeah. So we're gonna head over towards crew to heal the cameraman.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can see like the cameraman is the one that's probably working the closest with you guys. You can also see Martian Nips is currently there taking care of him, and you can still see like partially like his hands are in a position where he's still keeping the cameras open even when you are approaching him.
Jesus.
While there's just like a small bucket next to him, and he's like slowly slipping like this herbal tea.
Dude, you good?
He snaps his fingers and the birds all disappear. Right. Yeah, it just feels like I'm blind in like half part of my brain. But
Yeah.
I do not
If you
lie.
don't mind, uh, I could neutralize that so you can get back to your work if I have your
Thank you very
consent.
much. You won't be needing that in your adventures, though. Like, I want to take away from you because, like, this seems like a dicey situation. But
I
if you
mean,
Fine.
wouldn't be sharing it,
honestly, I'm really hoping we won't get in a big fight today because um well, because obviously I'm feeling a little rough, but also I'm all wild shaped out for today. So
Oh
or for
no!
it until I take a nap anyway.
Right.
Um
but
We'll
that
accompany.
octopus was great, though. You look great at the octopus. We got some really good
hey,
shots before the bird blanked out. So
um how am I feeling by the way? Cuz there were
Yeah,
ominous words
good
earlier about
question.
fine for now.
Uh, I would say we will deal with the general of that later. But
Okay.
currently, the same, like you feel exhausted. You can see
Oh
like
yeah,
it's
I'm very
really showing
tired.
on your face as well. Like if people were more attuned to acknowledging kobold emotions, like especially on screen, like they would be able to see like those like slightly drooping eyelids. They would be able to see that there's just not like it feels like you're carrying a burden, and for you also it feels like that your mind is just a little more sluggish. Currently your movements are a little bit sluggish, but that's about it. It's like generally feels like fatigue.
And mechanically, I have one level of exhaustion. Yes.
Mechanically you have one level of exhaustion,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah, I
So
forgot to tell you, but I'm really tired.
yeah, we'll get to that too. I'll spend 5 healing points from lay on hands to neutralize a poison on the cameraman. I'm assuming he's just a cure, whatever it is, cure disease, neutralize poison, whatever it is. I
Mhm.
spend 5 HP.
Yeah.
Just you
How does
good.
it look like off camera? Off camera, do
Off
you just
camera,
like
it doesn't look like anything. I pat his back. That's about it. Off
Whew.
camera, it's just very non-theatrical,
Fair
subtle
enough.
as fuck.
All right.
How are
You
you feeling?
that's much better actually.
So
Like
we're
blinks a couple of times.
in that case, we're gonna take Parsley. We're gonna go get accommodations.
Oh, I
Uh,
think Marsha has already booked you a room. But if you
oh,
would like to, like,
excellent. No, no,
take
no.
a
We'll
walk on
go
your
to
own,
where's Marsha booked us?
I, I is the closest thing that I could find to the police headquarters. So it's going to be like in the middle ring, and you can. I'll just send you the. I'll just take you there. But it's
Okay.
called. Yeah. It's literally called sit and swish. So you'll be going there. It's
Okay.
like
Hmm.
it's like a part bar, part tavern. So I thought it might be
Ooh.
good to go there, and also you might be able to get a couple of shots in, like talking to the locals as well. Maybe a
Oh,
little bit of performance for you, Lysander. Maybe
oh,
yeah.
wonderful.
Plus, they were the only tavern that would well, let us record inside. I think most of the taverns like
Oh.
being more anonymous in the city.
Understandable.
That's the same
Uh,
Right.
for you.
Well,
all
it's
right.
their loss because, you know, I have
We
an
have great
amazing singing
publicity.
voice. Hmm.
Mm.
And then we're gonna make our way towards that
Mhm.
tavern, but I'm keeping my ear open
Mhm.
for any kind of rumors or anything as we're making our way from the docks, following the
Absolutely.
cameraman to the new place.
All right. As you do that, in fact, can I get from you insight specifically because you're trying to keep your eyes open for human
Guidance.
interactions, guidance.
Thank you.
High five.
Fantastic. You said insight, right? Oh, I'm actually kind of good at that, even though I'm not proficient. But I got a D4 added to it. Oh, thank gosh for that guidance because I didn't roll so well. Oh, okay. I got a 10.
A 10. Oh damn.
Yeah,
All
I'm
right.
distracted, I guess. I mean, I got a 4 on guidance, so maybe our kobold friend was like, "Look over there," and I'm like, "Huh, what?"
I would say that allows for something interesting. I would say because you're guiding him, he's not the one that sees this, but you once more notice just the kind of like swish of a beard as a person walks like from one crowd to the next. Um, Once again, in that kind of dock worker uniform, and you just kind of catch a glance of like the man that was earlier shaking their head at you. Parsley. You kind of like catch that and you point it out to Lysander, but Lysander, as you turn to look, no longer there. What?
Oh, there's no one there.
There was though.
Oh, oh, guess they must have slipped past my gaze.
Maybe I'm hallucinating because of
Do you want me
the
to?
thing.
You know what? I'll. Well. I'll lay on hands on uh, Parsley as well, because at this point I'm just worried for her.
Ooh, fair enough. Okay, you lay on hands on Parsley. Parsley, you feel that kind of like snugness begins to like almost wear off. Like you can feel it in your body itself, but your mind is much more clearer now. And yeah, for a second, you feel like the world just got a little more vibrant and a little more open. Like it's like almost like a shift of resolution just for a second as it gets you slightly better. And yeah,
Whoa, that was interesting. I mean, I don't know if that was a hallucination or not because obviously I can't go back in time and find out. But
It's okay.
hmm,
Who did you see? What did they look like?
uh, excuse me, God, what did I see? What did they look like?
you saw a human. You saw a human, quite short again, 5'2", about. You can see that they were wearing like dock worker uniform. They were old, like very wrinkly face, very uh, like they've been sea hardened face. You can see like those lines were basically carved by sea salt. And you can also what you also saw was like partially balding person, like they were wearing that dock worker hat as well, and then they just had like Santa Claus amount of beard, like just a very full very long beard that went down till their like beyond the chest.
Hmm.
Really long beard, which tends to attract a lot of dander, so maybe that's what was causing the sneezing. But
Could be.
they're quite small. Um,
Hmm. Well, if you see them, I'll keep an eye out for them, whoever they
okay.
are.
Yeah.
Uh, and then we're gonna make our way to the inn.
All right. As you make your way to your inn, I mean, you take mostly the similar passageway back. You take the car again. The police carriage kind of like differs from you and goes its own separate way back to the police headquarters. You can see Alaric just gives you a nod and kind of follow ups on you as well. Okay, so I'm looking for the names. I'm looking for somebody with a missing finger, and why, and something to clean up the city. That's about it, right?
Yeah.
If you have anything more, just let me know. I'll be at the police headquarters for a while, I think. And if there are any updates, I'll send it over to Marsha. She's been very nice. She's great at connecting. Also, and he's going to get in real close and look around if there are no like cameras or on him or not. There was supposed to be a doll that used to come with you. It's a very cute dog.
Oh, Biscuit?
My yeah, my niece loves him and wanted its paw print. So find, if you
Yeah,
could procure
yeah,
that,
we
that would
can
be
do
very
that.
lovely.
Hmm.
Thank. Okay.
Of course.
We can
Thank
do
you very
that.
much. I will be on my way. Thank you. And he's going to slightly sheepishly, he's going to walk over and yeah, the carriage goes off, and
Ooh.
you guys find your way back to the hotel. Is there anything anybody else would like to do? Because I would like to pause here because Aziz is not with us, and I don't want
Yeah.
to go too far ahead, and
Of
that's a bit
course.
too much of a low drop thing.
I
Yeah.
think this is a good stopping point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, but I also think that
Mhm.
this is going to plant the seed of an idea that there should definitely be more biscuit merch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We can do like resting scenes now. Like I would say, unless somebody is like going out doing something big, we can do resting scene. So I would say, as all of you come back, there's just this like most of the tavern has been booked by you, especially right now. As you can see, like the crew is setting up their own thing, uh, and you know what time it is. It's time for confessionals.
Yay.
Oh yes. Okay.
Confessionals.
So
Confessionals.
yeah, you see like there's just this like bunch of interviewers, reporters as well, that are standing outside, that are trying to like catch like whatever they can, but they've been put to the side mostly by the bodyguards that go around with you. One of them kind of like breaks the ranks and just like runs towards you and immediately stops in front of Daxton.
Whoa,
Daxton, Daxton,
whoa,
Daxton.
yeah.
Yes.
Come.
How is the investigation going so far? Do you think you could bring relief to the city?
Yes, sure. You need to take a breathe.
Uh, uh,
Jesus.
yeah, another one just moves in front of Lysander. This you see this Harangon woman that just runs towards you and like flies over a bodyguard and lands right in front of Lysander.
Guys, you please do
Lysander,
not run.
Lysander Og, do you think the police here has been incompetent, has not been able to find relief to the townsfolk for months now? Do you think you can bring justice to the city when the police couldn't?
I absolutely believe that in cooperation with the city authorities, that we'll be able to uncover who is responsible for all of this.
Um, and I would say this is what you're able to get. And from the corner, you can see, I would say, another thing that with the 17 perception that you see, Parsley, is you see that old man again. And you can see he's hidden behind two reporters. And they're trying to like claw at you while the man just looks at you. Um, and
I lean over. I lean over to Lysander and Dax, and I'm like, over there.
I turn to look.
Yeah,
Immediately.
before
Yeah, I
that,
look over.
one thing that I remember correctly is, if I'm remembering correctly, is Parsley, did you know sign language?
I
Was that a
do.
part of your correct? That's what I would. Would you have used it in previous episodes?
Sure.
Okay. So I would say then the person tries to assign something to you, and I would say that is where we'll end as the signing
Oof.
happens, and
Oh.
and as the signing happens, no, I'll do that next episode. That's fine. All
There
right,
we go.
remember the next episode.
See.
Yes,
All right. Give
we'll
me something
start
to
with
look
that.
forward
I
to
will
next
do
week.
these there. Yes, we'll also do like a side episode of like what is Firana doing on the side quest. I'll do a recap next time.
All
But
good.
That'd be
yes,
fun.
thank you very much, guys, for playing. That is where we'll be ending. I am Sangeet. Again, I'm the DM. They, them pronouns. I will make a blue sky and then I will give you guys my socials. I do not have any socials so far. This is the only game that I'm running. Hopefully, Steve, please take me in any other game that is going to be happening. Yeah, I would like to play more. But yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys for tuning in for Dare to Dream. Let's go to the amazing cast. Let's begin from the opposite order. Who went last? Ezzy went last. Ezzy.
Ezzy.
Yeah.
Busy.
My name is Ezekiel / Ezzy. My pronouns are he, they. So far, you've known me as Daxton Beaumont, the Air Genasi Paladin. My socials currently are just Instagram. Maybe I'll join Blue Sky as Sangeet mentioned. We'll probably under the same tag, arsonist, ar.son _ist. We'll go to Hector. Because why not?
Hi. My name is Hector. My pronouns are he, they, also known as Okami or Keiichi Okami, all over the internet. I have been playing Lysander Oak, everyone's beautiful Eladrin, was a health and wellness, beauty and wellness influencer. And it's been great. And I look forward to next week and resolving this cliffhanger. And I'm gonna toss it over to Gilly.
Hi, I'm Jilly. You can find me at like it's Jilly most places on the internet, including Blue Sky, where I hang out now. Today you can find me here at this place doing this thing, being Parsley, the Circle of Stars Druid. Immediately after this, on the Misadventures League, you can find me being Andy, the Wizard of Astromancy. Order of Astromancy Wizard is the order that those words should have gone in. On Fae Inc. and on Fridays, you can find me on Exquisite Corpse Presents playing a Nepo Baby superhero legacy in masks. And it is Metalloteens in the City of Tomorrow. We have 3 episodes left, so it's going to be super fun. And I'm super excited to be here. Yay!
Yay.
All right. Steve.
Steve.
We go to go
Steve.
Steve.
Yeah, hello.
There goes.
They're breaking the fourth wall
I
again.
am Steve. We're
Mr.
gonna
Ghost Man.
we're gonna end here. Thank you all for being here, for vibing. We'll be back next week with new fun vibes.
Yay.
Until then, we'll see you Friday for Dark Waters and other stuff. All right, cool.
I've heard a lot of things about Dark
Stream
Waters.
out.